Yo, you already know who it is. It's your boy Prophet Pete from the city that never sleep. I'm
Uh,
down 53 pounds. So now when I see your girl, I'm a pound. For real. I'm
uh,
just saying.
Prophet P. Of course, you know it's me, your boy, coming to you live and direct from the Batcave. You know what I'm saying? The pimp ventriloquist. I give you a bitch of the game, and I don't even move my lips. Sure and recognize. What's up, world?
What up, world? Yo, we here in the building, man. We back another week.
Whew. And it's getting
Another
hot out there, brother.
yeah, the weather's still depending on where I'm at in the world. Yo, it's been like 80s, 90 degrees. New York, I know is still just retarded. 90
Yeah,
today, 40 tomorrow,
and all
50
over,
in the afternoon,
all over the place.
all over the place. People was
Yeah, so
wearing
it's,
coats the other day, I heard.
yeah. It was like 44 degrees or some shit like that.
Yeah, it don't even make no sense.
Don't
But
make
hey,
no sense. In June, in June.
in June, then it's gonna get hot for like 2 weeks, and then next thing
Yeah,
you know, it's just gonna be cold again. Then it's gonna be
yeah.
wintertime.
Straight again. Straight up. Just like that.
Just like that. Hey, I don't know
uh,
what's going on with Mother Nature and the world. They don't even speak about global warming anymore. Is that still a thing?
yeah, it is. It really is, man. And that's why they trying to pass this. That's why Anacostia-Cortez wants the Green New Deal. For things just like that, for the global warming and the polar caps are melting, and they're talking about as the Earth temperature heats up and the ice starts to melt, the oceans are going to rise. All of the coastal cities are going to not be coastal cities anymore because they're going to be flooded. You know what I mean? It sounds far fetched, like out of some science fiction shit, but it's a real thing, man. Um, there is ice at the North and the South Poles. You feel what I'm saying? And if the Earth heats up, yes, some of that ice will melt, and yes, that shit will make the oceans rise, man. That's a fact. People just don't believe in science because it's things that don't happen right away, and it's not right in front of their eyes. So like they say, seeing is believing.
Yeah.
You know,
And yo, if
so
they really don't believe it, right, I'm gonna give them a little experiment to do, right? Get a cup, fill it
mm-hmm.
up with water, then take some cubes of ice, and then watch that ice melt, and then recheck the level of that cup. So that could be
there, you
your
go.
city underwater,
There you go. Just like that.
just like that.
The ice is not going to disappear. It's just going to melt. The water's still going to stay there.
Yeah, but I know the ozone layer, they don't talk about it no more, but I know the hole is probably still there.
I mean, I don't know if they can repair the whole ozone layer. That was all attributed to pollution, right? Car emissions and smokestacks and all of that shit.
Yeah.
Since that was a problem, a serious problem at one time, I don't know if it has repaired itself, if the emissions have been reduced. I don't know. You live in California, you probably don't think so because that bitch is smoggy.
Uh,
Still smoggy. You know what I'm saying? Smoggy on the record. But I will say this: the last year, with the COVID and everything happening, and because we had such a shutdown, there was a lot less air pollution because there were a lot less people traveling. There were a lot less cars on the road. There were no trains, the transportation and everything was shut down. So I imagine that probably had a positive effect on the earth. Anything, you know what I mean? Now, did that reverse the years and years of pollution? You know what I'm saying? That
Probably not.
we called it, probably not. But I'm quite sure that it gave the earth a chance to go. You know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? We're gonna have to research that. Definitely gonna have to do
Yeah.
something about that.
Yo, there was something you was speaking about last week,
Yeah.
and I forgot where it was.
Uh-huh.
But they were talking about, removing what was it? The word slavery from textbooks and stuff like that.
So what it is yeah, this is a good one. They want to try and strike the slavery subject from the textbooks and from it being taught in schools. You know what I mean? Now look, this is the crazy shit. Now this is the crazy shit. Check this out, because I just learned about this recently my damn self. So they want to abolish slavery from the history books, right? And they don't want it taught as regular curriculum in schools because obviously they want to try to sweep them, sweep the the crime and all of the evil and foul shit that was been done to black people under the rug and try to pretend like it never happened. You feel me? So that future generations don't really even know what the fuck we talking about because they ain't never been taught it. You feel me? Because when you reveal something, you gotta heal it. So if they don't reveal it, you know what I mean? Then they feel like they don't have to deal with it. They ain't gotta heal it. Just like the whole Tulsa, Oklahoma thing that's happening right now. It's the 100th anniversary, and I'm quite sure you know that they're trying to forget that shit because people are just now that are just now hearing the story. You're like, yo, I never heard this story in my whole life. This is 100 years deep. You feel what I'm saying? So they want to abolish slavery from the history books, but they want to start teaching kids about fucking masturbation in first grade. Are you up to speed on this? I just peeped a
What?
cartoon that I don't know. I guess they're using this as a teaching aid. And the little cartoon is like the word goes straight up verbatim. The little character said to the other little character, you notice when you say pee, everybody laughs, but when you say penis, everybody takes this more serious. And I was just like, yo, what kind of fucking shit is this to be teaching a kid in first grade, me? 5 and 6 years old. Are you serious? And then the whole shit is about masturbation and how it's it should be done in private and you know what I'm saying? It's a natural thing and da da da. But you know what though, man? I feel like they're trying to put too much on the teachers and the school system to teach certain things to the kids. You know what I mean? There was a point in time, and I hope that it still exists, where when parents used to have discussions with their children about things like this, you know what I'm saying? We used to call it the birds and the bees back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they even still do that shit anymore. You feel me? But I think they should get back to it because I don't have a first grader, but I don't need my first grader going to school learning about fucking watching this carrot. You know what I'm saying? When he could just come home and talk to his pops about that shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's the way this shit needs to. I don't need no teachers and no fucking other kids sitting around him having discussion because now if you introduce masturbation into the delicate psyche of a first grader, now of course the natural progression is gonna be what? What's it gonna be, Money?
Yo, they go now. They gonna start touching each. It's gonna go from
Experimenting on
touching
each other,
themselves
exactly. Touching themselves, touching each other,
to
and then
touching each other
now you
to
got
by the fifth grade.
now you got a pregnancy in the third grade and the fourth grade because you learned about masturbation in the first grade. What the fuck is going on with the school system, P Money?
Yeah, that's a little wild crazy. Definitely a
Hey,
little wild crazy. I don't. I that's not
very extra.
first grade. And you know what they say. You sit there and right. You introduce this to them. Now that innocent mind is no longer innocent.
Exactly. Exactly. That's my point.
So
These
it's
kids, and kids are
they're like, ah,
very impressionable at that age, man.
so now they sitting there and they're like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do with this. Now, right? You teach these kids this. Now it's already hard to keep first graders still and focused.
Exactly. On these studies.
Right? Now you just taught these children that they got their own fidget spinners built in.
Oh man.
So these kids could just start doing it in class, just random. Hey Billy, what are you doing? Nothing.
Oh, I'm just masturbating.
You
We
know,
doing the science project, and Billy's masturbating in the back row with his buddy.
right. Then it's this look like it fits in that hole. And now you got kids in the closet, right?
Mm-hmm. Playing
It's
hot,
going
playing hot salami.
right. It's a little. I think it's a little not that it's far fetched because this is what they're trying to do,
It's
but
extreme.
it's it's just why I think certain things should not be taught in school, and the things that should be taught in school are the things that they're trying to remove. And I
Yeah.
had just seen a video about that topic where we was talking about removing certain things from history books and things of that nature.
Right. Right. Right.
And there was a bill that was presented that was passed, but the bill the one that went to Congress was a it was supposed to be the same thing under the same article, but they read totally different. Where
Uh-huh.
they were basically saying we want the teachings of Martin Luther King, um, any of the women leaders that preached and spoke and made strides through history on equal rights and voting and all this stuff, and saying that basically those things were un-American to teach, but
Hmm.
wanted to, in this same bill, was to adopt someone that was not American but is also a white supremacist.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So removing the teachings of equality and black power and slavery or just American history in general and trying to rewrite it for the ones that are just learning it.
Seems to me that they're going out of their way to do everything possible to try and erase black from existence. Truthfully speaking, I mean, you got plenty of systems set up to oppress. We already know about that. We ain't even got to go into all of those. But now you're talking about, okay, we're gonna erase slavery from the history book. So let's say, for instance, the next generation of kids, they don't get slavery in their curriculum, and then the kids after that, and then the kids, the next generation, and the next generation. Pretty soon, hell, it's only gonna take 2 generations before nobody even has ever heard of slavery before. And then they really gonna be like, well, what are you talking about? There's never been any slavery. We've never bought slaves over from another place from Africa and had them come to the country and work. There's never been, we've never heard of such a thing. You know what I mean? But then right there in in the paperwork of the Constitution, it says that slavery is abolished except for when you're locked up for punishment of a crime. You know what I mean? So I think there's a
Right.
word to that effect. So if they do erase slavery from the history book, they're gonna have to change the Constitution too, because the word slavery is in there. The word democracy is not in there, but the word slavery is in there. How ill is that? I gotta go in the basement for that one.
But
How ill is
yo, but the crazy part is, right, you know, it's been in the history books, it's been in our books for a very long time.
for a very
Now,
long time.
the only thing that the only reason that makes sense to me on why they would be doing these things is because, remember the saying, you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book,
That's
right?
right.
So we weren't reading back then. We wasn't allowed to read. And this is something that happened. They didn't want us to be educated. So
Mm-hmm.
now they like, oh snap, these mothers is reading. So now
And
they get
a whole lot of them is reading too.
right. So they like, yo, they reading, yo, and they picking up on the stuff that they wasn't even around for. Like, damn, we messed up. Let's take this stuff out of the book. So this way, if they trying to read, they can't find this information because it's no longer around.
Exactly. Exactly. Don't make it accessible. Don't make it. Don't have it anywhere where they can go back and refer to it and prove to us of the crime and the injustices that was done to their people. You feel me? All of this
Yeah,
is for a reason. It's not done for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Everything is done for a purpose.
yeah, and is so they're not telling us not to read. Now they're just controlling what we're going to be able to read.
Now they want us to forget about slavery and teach the kids. See, this is why the masturbation thing is coming into play now, because they rather do anything other than teach the truth. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? The other shit you won't learn is that, black people were here before slavery. They won't teach that shit either. You know what
No,
I'm saying? But the original man, the Aboriginal man, was black. You know, you can't tell me every black person was brought over here on a ship. Are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? But they don't want us to know our history, man. That's
that
what it
must
boils
have been
down to.
one big ass ship
Okay,
because boy, for real, for real.
a lot of little ones, 2 month journey, and I mean, they just want to hide all of the facts. They want to try to erase their mistakes. Like I said, try to sweep things under the rug. You know what I mean? And for a long time, it's worked. It's been effective. But when you have the resources that we have these days, you know what I'm saying? You can Google anything now. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I don't even know anybody that really goes to the library. You know what I mean? Because you can order a book, you can nook a book, you can what's the other one? Auto was it Audible? You can
Yeah,
Audible a book now.
audible.
So people are finding this information in places that you would not believe. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. It's all over the place. I mean, it's almost impossible to destroy all of the historical data. You know what I'm saying? But they can make it much more difficult for you to find. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I got a book on my Amazon list that I have saved on my wish list. Because I can't afford it right now. But one day I will. But the thing about it is, this book is over $2,000, P Money. And I'm not going to say the name of the book. I'm going to tell you off air because there's a reason why that book is so much money. And when I tell you the title of it, it'll start to make sense to you. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? But one day, when I'm able to let that money off comfortably, because if I spend it now, it's going to be some problems. You know what I'm saying? But one good day, I am going to get that book, man, and I'm going to read it, and I'm going to find out what's going on in there, because they put keys in places where they feel like we're not going to go and dig for them. You know what I mean? And um, I want to have all the keys I can. You feel me? Just, you can call me a janitor at the end of the day. I want all the keys. You know?
Yeah, but man, I just don't know. It's weird because they're so focused on attacking the schools, which of course in schools it's easier to change the thought process of individuals because they're gonna read, they're gonna go through the readings, they're gonna focus on it because without learning the information, they won't be able to progress. So
Well, it's starting with the youth, and that's smart. You know what I mean? Because like they say, you can't teach the old dog new tricks. You know what I'm saying? It's almost
yeah,
impossible to change the mind of a grown adult. But kids are much more impressionable, and they're like little data sponges. So you know what I'm saying? And the young mind is a lot more impressionable than the old mind. So they're smart. It's very smart, man. It's a lot of skullduggery, and
yeah,
if 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 I was there and if I was the enemy and I was trying to infiltrate my enemy's, I guess, culture, for lack of a better term, over a long period of time, sure, you got to pollute the minds of the youth first, because the youth turn into the adults.
yeah.
You know, smart, man. It's
And
very smart, man. Very smart.
it's crazy though because looking at the way media has changed a lot, right? But we're talking about, right, we got the educational factor of the way people are educated, but the amount of movies that are released nowadays because of the platforms that we have or short films, however you want to put it, are bringing a lot of things to light. And to me, it's just I don't know if they can't control it as much because of the way technology has changed. But I'm very surprised that a lot of the things that I do tend to watch that bring a lot of these, crucial events that happen in history to light.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, I think there is a show, was a show, I think it was Underground. I don't know if it was Underground, but it had to do with the Underground Railroad and things like that.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of things that they showed during a lot of the episodes that I was like, wow, they actually allowed this on TV. Like, oh my gosh, this is really telling people what's going on.
Yeah,
But it's not on any of the main networks.
of
It's
course not.
on one of those. It's on one of those. Oh, I really don't watch that channel kind of thing.
Some BBC or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm.
But but I know there's a lot of platforms that they can control the reach of it. Because there's a lot of corny, stupid stuff that actually reaches the masses that just teaches foolery instead
Yeah,
of educating them.
yeah, that's a fact. That's a
So
fact.
those things that shed light tend to be oppressed in some way somehow. But
Yeah, yeah. And the
you
truth
know,
is, and nobody wants the truth when the lie is more entertaining,
yeah,
which is just crazy. I mean, that's pretty much the whole consensus of the world right now. Nobody wants to deal with the truth. The lie is more entertaining. You know what I'm saying? This is a world where you can say that a black man was a threat to your life and take his life and get off, but I'll tell you people uncomfortable. That's why I was canceled and get off. But you can tell me that a person can be born a man, dress up like a woman, and I got to call him a woman, and that's accepted.
it's society and the way they push certain things. And thanks T for letting us know about that. People were very uncomfortable with that show. I guess because of the truth. I guess
Yeah,
the true factor of what it was showing.
yeah. The
You,
light was blinding.
that whole Kuta Kente story and the whole we're gonna call you Toby and he's like nah Kuta Kente. They
Mm-hmm.
chopping off limbs and stuff and still rocking out. But there wasn't a lot of those back then. But Underground highlighted a lot of those a lot, very
Yeah,
much so.
was telling
So
the real deal.
right, so
Yeah,
definitely kind of scary. But you know, hey,
the
hopefully
truth
one
hurts.
day.
The truth hurts,
I,
boy. Every time you put it in their face, they run from it.
I think what would be, they're trying to erase us. So they're putting all this work to erase our history, want us to go back to where they said we came from. But it would be easier because there are more of us than there are them. If we just gave them boats and told them to go back to where the hell they came from,
Where they came from, right?
like
Germany, Ireland, and Italy, and all them other places wherever their ancestors may have migrated from and came to this country. Because contrary to popular belief, all of these people that are claiming they Anglo-Saxon and all American made and all that stuff, your parents were immigrants, and your great grandparents and grandparents, in some cases, were immigrants. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to admit that part. You know what I'm saying? Just like you don't want to tell the real story about the history. You know what I'm saying? But that's a fact. It's just like I say, man. When the information is not accessible, you can change the minds of society, man. You can change the minds of the current generation, man. When they can't find the information, say, look how they kept us dumb and blind for all of these years.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's
Separating
similar.
us from our language, our religion, our culture, our actual real name. You know what I'm saying? In most cases.
Yeah,
I mean, if they could play those kinds of fucking games and that kind of trickery and evil, man. I mean, come on, just keeping some information from some facts away from us. That's nothing. You know what I mean? Bury it.
yeah, and I think it's similar to like a cult culture that they're trying to create on a massive platform.
Yes, sir.
Because just like if we spoke about religion would be considered cult type culture with certain beliefs, with certain things written down, where that some people have real strong beliefs in their religion. The Bible or that book is gospel.
Yeah.
Like, and they're not varying from what it says in there. Turning water into wine, the part in the Red Sea, like, you know, any type of situation that would mimic something that they would read in the Bible, they will follow it till the day they take their last breath. And even like some of those that situation that happened with the guy that basically it was a religious situation. He brought all those people in. It was in Texas. There was like the crazy mass suicide type
Which one?
situation.
You talking about the David Koresh shit when he was in the compound?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like similar to that. That's what they're trying to create within the nation, but on a larger scale, which is
So Waco,
crazy.
that was Waco, Texas. I remember that.
Yeah, Waco, Texas. I
Yeah.
actually watched the a movie that was telling that story, and I was like, "Yo, this is wild." And
Yeah.
you know, I just say, look, we don't gotta like each other, but we gotta live here together. You know what? Let's just figure out ways. Give us what we need, what we want, what we deserve. Just give us the equal opportunity to be able to move the way that we want to move. I say, fuck it, get rid of money. Everybody can have everything, make everything free, and it'll be great. Right? We Let me borrow your car, let me borrow your house. Stuff like that. It's just because we put so much value on the material things and the wealth and all these things, which I think creates even more separation amongst the groups of people because we all know that we're not given our fair shake. We know
you
that
know,
black men in society are given lower wages. Now we have the black woman that even though depending on what the situation is, or even on a corporate level or whatever it is, the black woman has to work harder to achieve some of those things that a man, maybe even black man, or definitely a white man, have to, she would have to be more educated, have more experience to just be able to sit at that same level, but probably not even with comparable wages.
yeah, that's ugly true.
So, so it's like within just our group of us being black, we have uh, the mass view of, yeah, you guys are black, and then then we have subcategories within that group, and then within those subcategories we have further issues within those subcategories.
Yeah. You got colorism. You got
Yeah,
people hating people that's from the Caribbean, hating one area, one island, hating this island, and Dominicans hating fucking Puerto Ricans, and Mexicans hating goddamn Cubans, and the shit just don't make sense to me, B. I mean, I say this all the time, and I know I've said it on this show more than 10 times. You know what I'm saying? We all bleed red. We all got to sit down and shit. We all hug our mother. You know what I'm saying? We all cry when somebody die. So I don't understand why we have to be separated and divided by language, by religion, by skin color, by social and economic status. You know what I'm saying? We all people at the end of the day. And the only thing that's it's crazy that it was said by Reagan in that famous address that he made. You know what I'm saying? When the only thing that's gonna bring us together is one day when aliens come to this damn Earth and the shit jump off. You know what I'm saying? A la Independence Day, everybody gonna be real human that day. Everybody gonna be human. Like, hey man, there's another human. Let's go over there where they at then. We need to stick together. We all human. He wasn't saying that shit 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Jeffrey
That's when it's going to be it's us
against
against
them.
them being
Yeah, so
the aliens. Like,
yeah, all that
this
shit gonna go out the
motherfucker got
window
eight
as far
legs.
as all that's gonna go, all that mess gonna go. I'm going over there with Leroy, man. He's got guns. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, this is all gonna be a blur. All that mess is gonna be a blur. But it's going to take something drastic like that, man, because um, the route that we're going, man, the way that we're going, the money system, all of that is going to collapse at some point, man. You know what I mean? They keep throwing money into the system and printing more money and printing more money and have no collateral. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, it is all going to fall apart. You know what I mean? And it is going to be anarchy. You know,
Yeah,
if we're not united mentally, you know, even if we're not united together physically, you know what I'm saying? We all need to be on the same frame of music, the same mind frame, man. You know, otherwise it's always going to be crazy. And that's what I'm not gonna say that's what the future looks like because of the way that the leaders are treating the economy and treating the government and everything. You know, there's no regulation. There's they're writing into laws that are suppressing that's making it harder for you to go to the polls and vote. I mean,
mm,
how I don't want to say grassroots. How foundational is that? You know what I mean? How core to the government and the principles of what the government is about is that? I mean, that's just like I don't, I don't even know, man. It's just like I don't want to say it the wrong way. It's a it's what this country was supposed to be based upon. The fact that the people can decide who's going to be in charge, and we choose that person because we feel like they're actually um, they have the people's best interest at heart. You know what I mean? That's what we like to believe.
yeah,
It's not like that at all. You know what I mean? In reality, is a lot of thugs and a lot of rich guys and girls that just want to stay rich guys and girls. You feel me? and don't want to share that wealth with anybody else. And they look out for other rich people. And that's really not that fit. And they say, it's in the back of your head when you're doing wrong, you know that you're doing wrong. You know what I mean? And these people gotta know that what they're doing is not right. You know, you can turn on your TV and see somebody starving, or go on the computer or go on your phone and see that there's people out there starving. There's people out there that have way less than what you do. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And you're a part of the system that perpetuates this whole thing to make it keep going, to keep it at that level, to keep people at that level, to make sure that the wealth gap increases and not decreases. You ain't nothing, man. If that's you, then that's your agenda, then you're dead on the inside, man. You got no soul. Why would you not want to
yeah,
care about? Why would you not want to care about your fellow man? Another human being. I don't get it, P. I don't get it, man. It sounds simple, but to some, I guess to some, it's not, man. Some people care more about the dollar than they do about life, another human life.
yeah. It's and if we got back to it, it would be so much better. And like you said, it would take something catastrophic, this crazy turn of events, something that we couldn't even phantom at the moment, and it just
Right,
happens, and then we'll be like, oh crap! Like there's certain things that you do realize, especially when you go through things in life that those things that we held at that high level of importance are not that important when something drastic happens. You
okay.
know, you were, I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work. I gotta make this money. I gotta get this money. Then your ass gets sick. You end up in the hospital. It,
Right.
your job ain't that important no more. Your ass trying to stay alive is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, because your
You know,
help as well.
right? You, now the craziest thing is that when you were in, let's say you are a racist, right? Are a racist. Your life is on the line. The only one that could save you is that black surgeon that
Mm-hmm.
specializes in your illness. What are you going to do? How
Mm-hmm.
important is that racist thought process that you had, the racial beliefs? How important is it? You want to stick to it? You going to sit there and say, yo, you know what? Now you the wrong color. You can't touch me. Come on.
I mean, I understand um, I understand being dedicated to your religion and all of that. I know. For instance, I have a friend. Well, I had a friend. I haven't spoken to her in years. She was once in a hospital, and she was very ill, and she needed to have a blood transfusion, right? Or they needed to give her some blood. Maybe not a transfusion, but they needed to give her some blood, right? And she's a Jehovah's Witness, and they don't
Mm,
play a whole blood from somebody else thing. You feel me?
mm,
And she was like, well, if it's this, if it's thing where I take blood, I'm gonna have to refuse it, and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, but bitch, you might die. Like, why would you want to? Why would you want to willingly just say, you know what, fuck it, because of your religion? You know what I'm saying? And I understand being devout and being dedicated, and you got people, Islamic extremists that'll strap a bomb in themselves and blow themselves up for Allah. You know what I mean? I I understand the dedication, but B, your religion is something that you chose. You feel me? You didn't come out. You didn't come out the pussy as, as whatever that religion is. You know what I mean? Maybe if your mom was Jewish, you came out the pussy. You're Jewish, yeah, but you have a choice whether or not you want to follow that Jewish faith or not. You know what I mean? And every Muslim, every Catholic, every Protestant, every Baptist, whomever, you know what I'm saying? It was a choice that you made to be that religion. You didn't. It wasn't ordained for you like your race, like your skin color when you came out. You know what I'm saying? You came out a certain color, or you came out a certain, you came out Mexican, or you came out, Haitian, or you came out whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you came out. But your religion is a choice. So I don't understand why you're choosing to just say, you know what, I'm just gonna give up my life for my religion. You know what I mean? I don't think that's gonna put you, move you up on the board as far as points go in your God's eyes. You know what I mean? I think that your God will want you to live, if anything, and do everything that you can to live so that you can fulfill your purpose. That would be my thought process. You feel me?
yeah.
I want to live, bitch. Forgive me the blood. Talking about. I'll explain it to Jehovah when I get to the crib. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta do this right now. Let's go. Hook me up to the machines, baby.
Yeah, and it's you know, I don't know the radicalism when it comes to
That's the
tons of
word. That's
beliefs.
the word right there, T-Money. Radicalism. That's the word. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's just wild. Like
Wow.
it's wild, but we will radicalize and move mountains for the things that we believe to be important, but not the things that are true.
Right. Right.
Like becoming one. I always say, people are all this, and it's funny because over time, right, with what was put in the books,
Mm-hmm.
right, we do realize that there's only one race, which is the human race.
That's
Now,
right.
but on paperwork and applications, it asks what race are you. There's
Yeah.
not one point on that application that says human, right?
That's a
It
that's a fact.
it, it, it
It's only
is a
it's
white,
only it's only a box that says other.
right, other, right, and then it's black, white, purple, green, orange, whatever they put on those things now, right? But those are actually ethnic groups within the human race.
Mm-hmm.
And ethnicity has to do with your culture,
Mm-hmm.
not what you are. Like, I'm sorry, we have a couple of things that happen due to cell mutation that may make us a little different, right?
Yeah.
But otherwise, we got one heart, we got one stomach. Cows got two. We're not cows. We're not animals. We're not dogs. We walk on 2 feet. We got arms. We got opposable thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of things that make us the same. Tons of things that make us the same, and very little that make us different.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm just saying.
People
But
just don't.
I,
People just don't like to have the mirror held up to them, and so that they can see their crimes and their indiscretions, and they don't want to be reminded of the pain that they may have caused somebody else. You know what I mean? It's easier to sweep it under the rug than it is to deal with it. For most people, and that's a weakness. That's a weakness. You know what I'm saying? That really makes you a punk if you ask me. You know what I mean? If you know you did somebody dirty, address that. You know what I mean? Address that, man, and deal with it. And y'all sit down and work out, man. Do you know how many lives could have been saved that could have been saved just off a mere conversation with somebody, man? How many
Yeah,
drive-by shootings that probably could have been prevented, and how many mall shootings and terrorist acts or whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call them, could have been prevented just by having a conversation with somebody, man. That mental illness is a real thing, man. Mental health and mental illness is a real thing, man. And we um we don't look out for each other the way that we should, man. And we don't communicate with each other as much as we should on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying as a whole. I'm talking about the people in our lives and the people around us, man. Everybody want to poke you on Facebook, but nobody want to poke you in real life. You know what I'm saying? Want to
yeah.
roll up and say, yo, I'm gonna just come holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Poke your ass and see what's good with you. You know what I mean? No homo.
Now I wonder because they don't do the poke thing no more on Facebook. So
I
were
don't know,
people
but
that
I don't
sensitive?
be on Facebook like that, so I couldn't even tell you, bro. But I'm just going. You know what I'm saying?
So I wonder if society has become that sensitive that an electronic poke turned into sexual harassment. I wonder. I wonder. I
I
wonder
wouldn't.
because
I wouldn't put it past society, brother. Sensitive as people are right now, man, and the way things, the climate of things, man, it would not surprise me one bit if it has turned into that for real. Because I can see the headlines now. I can see it. Facebook poll now inappropriate behavior. The word poke is offensive. Uh, it should be a tap on the shoulder, perhaps a waving sign instead of a poke. I think the poke is a little too aggressive. It's a little toxic masculine. And we decided
yo,
to go with something else.
I don't get it, man. But hopefully things change for the better. I think there are some things in society that we can do a better job with, and I think um as far as bringing back some of the things that we did in the old days to toughen up the youth and society. I don't
That's
know.
it. That's it.
It's just everybody is just everybody's offended.
They pussyfied.
Offended.
Everybody pussyfied right now. They're pussyfied. Because
When it,
you know when it started, Pete? I know exactly when it started. I'm gonna tell you right now. And I'm gonna drop the jewel to the world, and I'm gonna get up right now. I know when it started, when society started taking this downward spiral. Y'all ready? America, the world, universe. You listening? This is when it happened. When we started giving kids trophies just for participation, and we started handing out certificates for attendance in school, that's when society started becoming pussy. I rest my case.
and you know,
That's what started it.
you yeah, you that it's crazy because
That's
when we
it.
really think about it, right? Really think about it. If everyone's getting a trophy, it means absolutely nothing, right? You don't have to work
Do it.
hard to just show up,
You should
right?
always have to show up. You get a trophy. What? Are you kidding me? Do you know
It's
the?
like,
Do
dude,
you know? Do you know the character building and the amount of lessons that got taught by the losing team? You went home with no trophy, and you got to see the other team get their trophy. Do you know what that did to a kid? That made you work even harder next year and go in there and be something. You feel and make it so that you could get that trophy the next time. It made you work harder. You feel me?
right?
Instead of just,
Mo-
as long as you participate, you can get a trophy.
Yeah,
Fuck out.
when you really think about it, because before it used to be right MVP, right? You had most valuable player, you had first, second, and third place. Like that was it, right? What was it? Gold, silver, and bronze.
That's it.
That's all it was.
Everybody else kick rocks.
That's it. And if you
Take your ass
wanted,
home.
that medal, you knew that you had to put in work. Society
Man,
now doesn't want to put in work. People say, "Hey, look, I showed up to work today. I shouldn't really have to do nothing. Just give me a check. I want a bonus because I
yeah,
showed up."
because I showed up. Just like everybody else did. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else showed up this morning, clocked in, and now your ass wanna be treated special because you doing what everybody else did. What you supposed to be doing.
Right. You know, like showing up for school. Hey, now I understand. Hey, perfect attendance award. That might be, for some people that might be a struggle.
Let me tell you something, man. When I got attendance awards before. You feel me? There's nothing more degrading at awards night than to go up front and the only award that you receive is for fucking attendance. So what? The nigga showed up every day. So the fuck what?
But you didn't do nothing because
That's
that's the
what he,
only award you
that's
got.
what he was. That's what he was supposed to do. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody that wasn't there today is because something happened. You feel me? Otherwise, they asses would have been there too. The teacher don't get no damn attendance award. She was there every fucking day too. You feel me? The principal ain't get an attendance award. His ass was in the office all the time. The lunch lady was there. They ain't getting no certificates. You feel what I'm saying? It's bullshit, P Money. It's BS, man. It's a bunch of bullshit. That's when it started to decline, B. When we started applauding people for doing the shit that they supposed to do. That's when we started getting more and more. Punks started just surfacing. All this, everybody got sissified and punked and just, just super sensitive about everything. And it's just
Yeah.
gradually getting worse and worse and worse. And now you can't say certain words. But you know what I'm noticing? Certain words now you can say. I saw a restaurant. I don't remember the location because I was looking at it. I was watching something on the internet, and the name of the restaurant was Breakfast, bitch. I kid you not. It's exactly what it is. Big ass sign, Breakfast, bitch. And for some reason, when I read it, I heard it in my mind. It sounded like a gay dude was saying this shit at like 3 in the morning to his friend. Breakfast, bitch. Oh man, but
No,
so
but it is crazy, you
crazy. Yeah,
know, that things have changed, and even the part of just showing up and feel the sense of entitlement for doing what you're supposed to do. Like you feel super duper entitled just for doing what you're supposed to do. Like when you go to school, you're supposed to get good grades, right? The whole point is to go there and learn something and progress,
yeah.
right? You don't need an award for that. You don't need a gift for that. Every time you get a good grade or you pass the test. Yo, how about you know growing up? It was like, yo, I'm going to the sixth grade. Nigga, that's what you went to school all year for.
Exactly.
What is it that you want? What are you talking about? Like, get your so what? So what? But now it's translated more into the adult world, where even with wages, like I understand, fair wages, right? I understand fair wages, but when minimum wage is $15 an hour or 15 plus dollars an hour somewhere across the United States, and I'm not sure if it's everywhere yet, but cost of living in those areas are not the same. But the guy that's working the fries at McDonald's is getting
Uh-huh.
paid just as much as that construction worker that's not swinging French fries. He's swinging lumber.
Two
He's
by four.
and he's up in the air hanging. He sneezed the wrong way. He gonna fall off the skyscraper. Like,
He drop a hammer. He might kill somebody.
yo, it's just crazy where there's so much of this. We want to be equal in the wrong places.
Yeah, yeah.
How about you start cutting big checks for the people that are doing big things?
No question. No question. For real.
And if you're gonna pay the fry guy $15, the more educated, the more valuable individual when it comes to that work world should not be making that same $15. We should progress in that way.
But it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. They're scared to do that. You know what I mean? They're scared to give out what they call a livable wage. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because if you start paying everybody a livable wage, then you're gonna start to even the playing field a little bit more. You feel what I'm saying? If the wages if now I can live, you know what I'm saying? I was down here before, I couldn't even live. You know what I mean? Because of where I was financially. But now if you bring me up here to where I can live, now I can concentrate on getting to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I can focus all my attention on that. And that's what they're afraid of. They don't want us to get that battery put in our back, because they know that's all that's really holding the lower class, so-called lower class back, is that they're the lower class. You know what I'm saying? They now become the middle class. Uh-oh, watch out.
and you
Who's
know,
gonna work in our factories for cheap wages, and we can hoard the billions and pay our shareholders and our constituents and all of that. How will we live? Who's gonna gas up my
right.
yacht?
And the crazy thing is that there was the what is it, the saying, and I'm probably gonna jack this up, but we we live to work instead of working to live.
Yeah,
So we wake up every day and it's like work, 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 work. But if we had the breathing room, we would be able to do a lot more. We would be able to enjoy life. Right. One thing that I have realized over the years and growing up and I don't want to say blue collar family. I guess yeah, blue collar family. Because I don't think I know anybody in my family that's ever been or held a corporate position somewhere.
right.
But it is you gotta get up, you gotta go to work, you gotta do this, you gotta hustle, you gotta grind, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And then at the end of the day, it's 20 of y'all motherfuckers in one apartment, and y'all looking at it. Not that it was 20 motherfuckers in my apartment, but you know, it just felt like that sometimes because we couldn't afford to be in some of the places where we can have the space to be able to even go home and get a breather. The places where I lived in Spanish Harlem and in a tenement building on 102nd Street
Boom.
where there was five of us, but some of the apartments with the Mexicans that a lot of them were immigrants, they and I went to school with some of them were my friends in class.
Sure.
And we would talk about, different things. And it was, yeah, there's this many of us in the house, but they work different shifts
Right.
because the person that worked night slept during the day. So there was a bunch of them that slept at night and went to work during the day. And then there was the people that weren't there. It was just wild. Like people that never had to do that, the people that were born wealthy would never even understand or fathom that whole idea. Like, why does 20 people live in a house? Because we can't afford the $3,000 rent for the one bedroom apartment.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we got to live in this community in order just to get that job.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's right. I mean, I know, Mexican family growing up was very good friends with. Just to go there for the events and just to go over there and chill. Just to kick it was family. Family was very important, man, and everybody had jobs. You know what I'm saying? Believe that shit. It wasn't no sitting around doing nothing. And then when I got older and I was out on my own, I also for a short time, lived with some Mexican cats. The three of them was Mexican, and one dude was from Honduras. I lived with four of them. It was five of us in one crib, 3 bedrooms. But what it was two of them would work during the day, and then they would dip off and go and like drive like a couple of hours up to where they used to live at. You know what I mean? They would keep stuff there, like their tools and their work clothes, stuff like that. But they would only come during the week to work, and then they would dip off and go back home at night. The other two dudes stayed there. You feel me? So we all had a room,
Mm.
and we were working the day, and on the weekends Friday evening after work or Friday afternoon after work, they would drive to wherever they stayed at, someplace 2-3 hours away with their family. I think in Pennsylvania or something like that, right?
Mm.
And take their paycheck home and to their family and send the rest to the ones that had people in Honduras and Mexico. They would send the money off to them and take the rest and go to Pennsylvania and stay with their family there because the rent was cheaper. You know what I mean? Just the work ethic was amazing, big. And I would be there all alone on the weekends because they all gone. You know what I mean? And I would just wild out. You know what I'm saying? Have people come over and chill out. Like I had the crib to myself. And then during the week, it was all business. You feel me?
Yeah, and
Them dudes,
I hate that
they hard
society,
workers. They hard workers, man.
and I think that it's sad that society paints the picture. Um, that you know the Latino and Black community, we're just lazy and we don't want to do things.
Mm-hmm.
It half the time you don't see us because we work in so many damn jobs
Believe that.
just to try and make ends meet.
Yeah.
We are just and just trying to stay afloat is difficult and it's frustrating. So society paints this picture, right? There's a reason why you see the Mexicans or the foreigners at Home Depot, those day laborers.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably their fifth job that they got, but they grinding because they grinding for a purpose. But society paints the picture like it's a bad thing that they're doing that or they're stealing jobs. No, well, first off, they doing the jobs that a lot of us don't want to do. That's first off,
Big
right?
facts.
And they busting their butt. They're just busting their butt. So I got to give it to them. Got to give it to them. And you know, a lot of them are not here with their families because they came from their countries that they escaped or whatever it is.
Yeah, mine
So
too.
a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them, bust their butts to rebuild what they couldn't back home.
That's right. That's right. Because our money is bigger, so a lot of times that's what they would do. They would get their paycheck and send like the majority of it home because the money goes longer down there. You know what I mean? They could get food for the week or whatever they need for a month or something like that with just a couple of paychecks, and then they would just stack the rest. I witnessed this personally. You know what I mean? Like this is what they were about. Good dudes, man. Good dudes, man. Fix you a plate of food. If you ain't got nothing, man, would drink with you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you needed, man. Yeah, even language barrier. It was a couple of them that didn't even really speak that much English. I had to learn Spanish just to communicate with them. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things. Like in the morning, you in the bathroom brushing your teeth in the morning with the water running, and I still got an hour left on my clock. I'm gonna be like, hey, see ya la puerta. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you gotta give me. I got another hour before I gotta hit that snooze button. That say, hey, you gotta do something. You gotta do something. So
For real, for real.
real. But that's the society. That's the stigma that society, like you said, has stuck on black and brown people, man. That we lazy. That we're not about family. That we're not about trying to make an honest living. You know what I mean? The majority of us want to do that. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, a lot of dudes that are doing things that are illegal, I'm not gonna say all of them, but a lot of dudes that are doing illegal activity, be it whatever crime or selling drugs or whatever the case may be, they're doing that as a means to an end. Because
Yeah.
they can't do anything else, or because that's the only thing that they've known, or the only direction that they've known to go in from a youth or somebody introduced them to it, obviously, and that's the only way that they know how to make money for their family to survive. So um yeah, man, but that's part of the whole demonization of our people, man. It just makes it more easy for the jury to convict and for them to um make us look like the bad guy. You know what I mean? Even when we are the victim, kind of like takes the sting out of it. Oh, well,
Yeah.
he had a long rap sheet, so it was bound to happen sooner or later. And somebody, oh well, that's that. He was a bad guy, so he probably deserved it. That's the mentality, and it's some stupid shit, some savage shit. But anyway, on a lighter note,
Y- Yeah. We got our guests in the building. So we about to bring her in so we can chop it up, right? But before we bring her in, we just going to introduce some of her music to you guys that are watching, listening, and doing all that wonderful stuff. Right. So we gonna take it back a little bit. So here we go, y'all. This is Harmony. Make sure you stay tuned. Keep watching.
Harmony. Nobody, nobody, ain't nobody. Yes. Nobody, ain't nobody. Nobody, ain't nobody. Paparazzi taking flicks. Oh, click, click, click. Follow me round town with your lenses. Put my pictures up on blog sites in my business. You don't wanna know me, you don't know me. All you talk about is what's on TV. And if I tell you to kiss it, they gon' kill me. So for now, I just put it in the melody. I tell them all that I did it myself. Not for you, not for nobody else. I did me, you do you. Why only judge my flaws? Take a good look at yourself. You see you look like everyone else. You can write about me, talk about me, but you never really know me. That's why I'm always saying, ain't nobody business. 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 Ain't nobody business who I'm laying with. Nobody business who my click is. On social media, looking through my flicks. Send me requests onto my flicks. Put your captions on it. Send it to your friends. But when the heat comes, no, I don't miss. No. I tell them all that I did it myself. Not for you, not for nobody else. I did me, you do you. Why only judge my flaws? Take a good look at yourself. You see you look like everyone else. You can write about me, talk about me, but you never really know me. That's why I'm always saying, get to know me before you just judge me. Get to know me. That's why I'm always saying, get to know me before you just judge me. Get to know me. That's why I'm always saying, ain't nobody business what I do now. Ain't nobody business. Ain't nobody business what I do. Ain't nobody's business what I do.
Yeah. So we got Harmony in the building.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on? Introduce yourself for the people.
Well, what's poppin', everybody? It's your girl, Harmony. I am the Harlem Songbird, singer, songwriter, sometimes rapper.
Yeah, we gonna get into that one a little later. But when I hit play on that one, I was like, "What? Whoa! What's going on?" It threw me. I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I took everybody for a loop on that one, but that's what I'm gonna do continuously. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how long have you been harmonizing, singing, and how did you get? How did you select that name? I kind of got an idea why, but how about you tell the people?
Was it given to you, or was it self-titled, The Songbird of Harlem? Because it's very befitting.
Nah, I'm self-titled. I'll always be self-titled. You have to define yourself before anybody else can. So I'm gonna do that before the world does.
Yes, ma'am.
But I've been singing for a while, a long while. You know how some people are like, I've been singing since I was in kindergarten, but in real life, I really was. I had got challenged by a gym teacher to sing in a staircase because he heard I can sing, and he actually had me sing in my own kindergarten graduation. And I kind of just transitioned from that to Boys Choir Harlem, Choir Academy of Harlem. And then from there, it just took off for me. I had won the Miss New York pageant singing My Heart Will Go On. A beauty queen of some sort. And yeah, it's been a long time. You better sing it, boy. You better. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a while. But I got the name because a friend of mine, a friend and I were talking. We were on a bus, and we were like, "Yo, you should come up with a dope name because you kind of do a little bit of a mixture of things." And I was like, I do be harmonizing. And she was like, "Oh, that's good. Maybe you should call yourself Harmony." And I was like, "Yeah, I should. Yeah, I should." Mostly because of my personality. I'm a mix of a lot of different things. I do come from the hood. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also educated and I can articulate myself in a certain way. So you'll get many facets of me. So, if you know what the definition of harmony is, of course, it's a blend of chords, but I'm a blend of my environment. So my music is going to reflect that. Yeah.
Okay. Very deep. Very deep. You have layers.
So
Should call myself you Onion, right? Nah.
Yeah.
So everybody cry.
I think you gave Janet Jackson a run for her money in that video.
Huh?
You gave Janet Jackson a run for her money in that video.
Oh, man, we're paying homage to the queen, man. Because first of all, man, listen, Janet Jackson is epic. I wouldn't even listen. That's what I'm striving for. That type of greatness, to have that type of longevity, to even be idolized in such a way. But I had to pay homage to her in that particular video because she always gave entertainment. She gave a storyline. She gave movement, and she put all walks of life in her videos. And, so for me, it's like I'm trying to stay in that kind of lane, like no matter where I go,
Right.
So what you got, right? What questions you got for the young lady?
I was going to ask her who did the production?
I didn't hear you.
Who did the production? Who did the music for the song?
Who did my production?
Yeah, the music for the song.
For the song that's out now?
Yeah.
Well, I have a range of producers, by the way, but this one in particular was Fleece. He was pretty awesome. I actually work with different producers right now. Honestly, the business could be very interesting. I haven't solidified a producer that who knows who I am, but I am A&R with, I have someone who's A&R in my new project, my EP that's coming up, and his name is Ashi, and he's from Harlem as well, but he's a dope artist, singer-songwriter, but he's pretty dope. So, we really do have some phenomenal things outside of the box that I've already began in. He's kind of like taking me completely out of it. So new things. So the record, which is completely out of the box, which was like a eye catcher, was the beginning, or is the beginning for me.
Right. Okay. So she's keeping under wraps her production squad. She don't want to let the cat out the bag on that one.
Not yet. Honestly, I really want a dope production. I do. If they're watching,
secret weapons in the stash.
I want all the great producers to come out and be like, nah, come here, Harmony. Come on, let's sign something together. But honestly, as a woman working in this business, in certain environments, it can be pretty difficult. And I'll leave it there.
Definitely understand. We had our share of female artists up here, and we even before we were doing the Zoom thing and everything, even like live in the studio, and that was always a question, that got asked, how about the relations and dealing with certain artists and dealing with certain talent. It can be challenging, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? We'll put it like that. And we do understand, and we do sympathize with y'all, because what we do cherish here at the spot is we appreciate talent. You know what I mean? We appreciate bars. We appreciate good music. And the marriage of the two. I mean, that's the most important thing to us. You know what I mean? Now, if you're a female and you come through here, which we don't get a whole lot, but we're trying to improve that. We're definitely looking at your talent before we're looking at your pretty face and everything else.
And I can appreciate that.
That helps. That helps. Don't get me wrong, because it's all a marketing tool, and it's definitely people want to be entertained and look at a video of somebody who's good to look at, not somebody who's difficult to look at. So that's always a good thing. But like I said, that can only carry you so far. So talent is always A1, and that's the most important thing to us up here. You know what I mean? It may not
I
be to
appreciate
everyone.
that.
Yeah, it may not be to everyone, but that's what we cherish, and that's
Yeah,
what
I was
we
actually going to say that.
support.
Like, man, listen, the world has changed, the sounds have changed, the
Oh man,
times have changed. And honestly, although I'm slightly adapting, I'm kind of sticking to the root of where I come from. So when I tell you right now, everything is kind of being revamped, and I don't want to say reborn, but in a way, like it is for me, because where my ear had began is not where my ear is now. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So while I
right,
appreciate that you appreciate what talent really looks like, and
yes,
but as far as anything else, as far as the industry itself, it is very difficult for women. So any women, women that are coming up, and especially the young ladies that are coming up into this industry, don't compromise yourself,
mm-hmm.
no matter what. My manager, Stars of Eurostar Music Group, that's who I've been signed to. He's with me everywhere because of these type of situations that happen, and people will question it, like, why you always got to be there? Well, if I tell you my story, you'll understand
You
why.
understand? Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? So
Oh yeah,
it's a necessary thing.
yeah. It's a real thing. It's definitely a real type of time, and we understand that. But yeah, I mean, the artistry should be A1 above all because I mean, I for one, you could be the best thing, and you could look like 20 Nicki Minaj's, and if you sound like trash, and I don't want to have nothing to do with you. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
So I have to interject now that we're talking about music. So what made you decide to want to do the rapping and on top of the singing as well? Because I mean, singing, we know you've been doing that since you were in kindergarten. What about the when did the rapping thing come into play?
Well, I think music is a form of expression. And honestly, you should be able to do anything artistically you feel like you can do effectively.
Right,
Um, while rapping is still very new for me, I'm not here like I'm the lyricist and I'm out here kicking bars for y'all. Now, I won't ever project someone that I'm not.
right,
But what I am is a songwriter, and I'm going to write a record, and I'm going to work with what the times are. The music business is a business.
yeah,
And any records that you create has to generate some sort of income, the numbers have to make sense. And in order for you to
right,
do that, you got to create hot stuff. So I said, I'm going to tap into a little bit of everything. Why the hell not? I don't want to be put in a box as just this R&B singer or this gospel singer because I have soul. I shouldn't feel like I'm closed off that way. If Drake could come out here and start off as a rapper and start singing on a record, then I should be able to sing and rap on a fucking record. Like,
yeah.
that's
P
my
Money,
vibe.
P Money, she just took the thought right out of my head because I was absolutely going to say that. You ever heard of another R&B singer named Drake? Because he's the greatest thing since sliced bread right now, as far as rap goes. You know what I'm saying? He just got an Artist of
And
the
he
Decade
ran.
award. You feel me? For the past, because he's been doing his stuff fizzle, and he started off with that I'm more than just an option. You feel what
Right,
I'm saying? And you can
right.
start there and blow up into boom. You know
Into
what I'm saying?
Drake.
What you are right now, then I mean,
You
don't
know
sell yourself
what? I
short now.
mean, he took
It
something
may
that
it may seem a
worked.
little unfamiliar right now and new to you, but you'd be surprised what could happen. You know?
Absolutely, absolutely. Some you don't know what's gonna work and what's gonna pop for you. Some people
Absolutely.
think because I have a rambunctious personality, people are like, yo, you should get into television. I'm like, oh no, I'm not going, not reality, because it's not
No,
gonna
not
work
reality
for
TV.
me. You know what I mean?
No.
No, it's not. Ain't gonna work
Television,
for me.
television, fine, but reality TV,
No, sorry. You
no,
got to be in
no thank
tune
you.
with who you are, and you
That's
got to know who
right.
you are.
That's right.
And
That's right.
before anything, I'm a business too. I want to make sure I can be booked. So if it's going to put me in a space that's not going to be good and conducive for my brand, then I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go. There you go.
But
Most definitely.
Why not, man? By the way, I love your mask. I keep staring at it and shit. I'm like, is it glowing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Glow. If I
that's fire. Okay, I'm here for it. Yeah.
like,
Now, you said something about numbers. Now, I recently I saw a post of you talking about where you came from and with this latest release, how the numbers have, grown. So you want to talk about the numbers on this latest release and, just talk about briefly that journey of, the streams of where you came from with some of your past music to where it is today.
Oh yeah, for any up and coming artists, when you put your music out and it don't go nowhere, I could start there. You know what I'm saying? I can say, listen, I can honestly say that I had put out records and people wasn't messing with it. People wasn't streaming it. People wasn't doing anything. And I put out something so controversial like Throat Go. And today I'm at 33,000 streams and I cannot believe it. Like, honestly, like, I could talk about anything serious, but I just couldn't believe it. I came from a place where it wasn't a lot of streams, it wasn't a lot of follows, it wasn't a lot. But if I put a naked picture up, through the roof, you know what I'm saying? Like, we out here, you know what I'm saying? But when it came to putting my music out and getting people to support it, it was pretty rough, So I'm very grateful for any and everybody who shared it and who talked about it and told their friends to share it, because at 33,000, I'm like, me? Look, I'm like,
well,
man,
that was before you told them you was. That was before you told them you was a Throat Go. You know what I mean? Now they
that's
got
what
that.
I'm saying. Now I'm out here talking about giving fellatio, and y'all like, oh, really? Like, y'all ready to go? But even so,
people like,
right, and they want to see. Look, but if I also said, if these artists can come out and make controversial records. Cardi made WAP. You know what I'm saying? You got the Stallion out here. They out here talking about it. Then why can't I? I don't feel I should be so closed off. And like I said, I got multiple sides. So I have a rambunctious side, and then I clean up and I'm a classy lady side. It's just depending on the day is what you gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
It's just, and it's just a beta man.
And today you get in Throat Go. Nah.
Hey, you gotta be the Throat. You gotta be the Throat Go to get them in there.
Today
and
you
get them to
got
listen.
to fucking go.
That's it. Check that catalog. You know what I mean?
So form of expression, and there you have it. But the streams up, Spotify is where it is right now, especially for new artists. Although I'm not really a new artist, but for new artists, and that's what they're looking at. So I really tried to generate all my traffic to Spotify, because if that's what the labels and these people who will book me is going to look at, then that's exactly where I'm going to tell you to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I have my own website, harmworldmusic.com. And I'm thinking of actually just putting the record there as well, so people can either purchase it or whatever. But I really wanted people to just stream. Because to me, dollar does make sense, but those numbers make sense too. You know what I'm saying? So
I know that's right.
A good friend of mine who's a lawyer told me, listen, get them numbers right. That's what's going to bring the money to you. You know what I'm saying?
Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And one thing I know, out of these companies and these labels, they won't even touch you unless your numbers look a certain way. You know what I mean? It's sad to say it, but it's true.
It's very true.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't have a certain following, if you don't have a certain number of subscribers, or you don't have you're not streaming a certain number or whatever the case may be, they won't even touch you. So that is so important what you just said about the numbers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so weird. I had some great opportunities that helped me build my following outside of my own, what I do on my own. Jack Thriller had put me in front of Life Jennings.
Shout out to Jack Thriller.
Shout out to his crazy ass Jack. Always call me Harmony with the big titties. But anyway, he killed my nerves. But he had put me in front of Life Jennings. He had me come out with him, and they had like a concert for Life and had a contest right before it. And I got up on stage and blew, like, just because they had people competing to sing, and I was one of the winners. And so they brought us backstage, and between him and Country Wayne, oh my God.
Yeah, Country Wayne. Shouts out.
Country Wayne.
Yeah, man.
Country Wayne, man. I love him to death. Y'all don't know how much I love Country, because he's, what you see is what you get about Country. It ain't no change. Yeah. And I love that he doesn't curse. I'm like, teach me, because I have a potty mouth. Okay, all right. So anyway, he had me sing for him. So it was like an instant boost too, you know. And sometimes people don't know the smallest gesture that way can alter people's careers or lives in certain ways. So, you know, shout out to them. I'm very grateful for that. So I gained a lot of my followers that way outside of, you know, hey, y'all. Yeah.
So I want to get both.
It's all about building those relationships.
Yeah, so before we get into Throat Goat, I want to play another video for the people, right? To give them a little more of who you are.
Okay.
Right? Because in this one, right, when I watched it, but we got in the beginning of the video, it's like you got the harmony, like, yo, what? I'm about to turn up on you, my G. It's about to go down. Right? And I was like, oh, see, that's Harlem right there. Definitely saw all of Harlem right there in the beginning of that video. So we gonna get into this.
First video,
and then we're gonna talk about
the cameraman, right?
Huh?
The first video, she had Lawrence Fishburne as a cameraman, right?
Wait till you hear that. He gonna be like,
tell me that wasn't Larry.
All right, y'all, here we go.
I'm not giving you nothing. How could you do this? It's always some fucking. I'm not giving you nothing. How could you do this to me over and over again? This is some bullshit. Who the is this snack hoe in your motherfucking phone talking crazy? Short do you know what going through it around here? How could you do this to me? I'm always riding. And this is how you do me. I'm always on your side.
Nah, nah. You hate me, I know that you don't want me, but please don't hang up. I just had to call you. I just wanna say that I'm sorry for the waiting. So please don't hang up. I need for you to understand why I turned into a savage, a savage. You know it ain't all my fault. No. Remember the time when you came home smelling like that other chick? Remember how you made me sick? Remember when we had to visit the GYN? Here we go again. Remember the time when she called my cellular? She said she's happy. Your baby, why you do me wrong? Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. No good. I took it back against my better judgment. My mama said you ain't shit. Never mind or nothing. Oh, but I loved you. And you didn't feel the same for me. Now it's all over now. It's made me who I am. Stronger, wiser. And I bet you wish that you could have me back. No, anything's in your head too, baby mamas. I never
Now, was that a true story?
She's like, no, bet you wish you could have it back. Nope,
Nope. I don't do
nope.
backsies.
Um,
What's that? Why do we
that's
do
what's up. No,
backsies?
that's a field song right there. Regardless, man. She had another celeb in the video, right? What keep on?
Oh,
Dude, that was
who the
Genuine's little
guy?
brother. That was Genuine's little brother, authentic.
Who the guy in the video with me?
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
shout out to Corral Lasso.
Hey,
He's
hey,
a
authentic.
dope actor. He's actually on Netflix. He's pretty dope. Like
Oh,
he's awesome.
okay.
He
Shout
just
out to
showed
him.
me
Yeah,
some
man.
love.
Very nicely done. That song was definitely feeling the song, man. Feel the vocals.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I've been trying to, it's easy to get somebody to get a camera and just point it, click, and record you. But there's some people who are not truly into their craft the way they should be. And the videos that we are creating and people that I come across that I hire have been pretty awesome. So shout out to Mr. Meredith Films for doing a great job on that video because he right off the whim like, y'all want to shoot a video? All right, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And put together something very awesome for me very quickly. So I'm very grateful right now.
Yeah, man. The visuals on point. Visuals is on point. And you
and
look very happy in that video.
What'd you say?
You look very, very happy in that video. I mean, with the tone of the song, the message that you're trying to convey, I understand why but you just look very happy in that song. I think that's why people only ask you
Oh
that.
yeah, because I had a new nigga next to me. Look.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Listen, anytime you have something new, you should smile. It feels good. That's the beginning. That's nice.
Hey.
That's the way it should be all the time.
Absolutely, it should be. Look, right.
It should.
In a perfect world. Yeah.
Right.
Perfect world.
Yeah.
But people do mess up, and
Yeah.
then the other person turns into a savage, and then calls you up on the phone telling you, "Yes, I'm a savage now," and no, you can't. You can't get it back.
With the new boo.
No, like
No.
At least I didn't choose violence. I mean, really.
No. It was definitely.
But you probably beat him up before you left. Like
No,
it looked like
no.
you was about to.
I was getting. You lost your rapid mind. Yeah. But yeah, that was definitely true story. Yeah.
For a song like that, let me ask you a question. A song like that, because I know you're very versatile. Is that something that you write to once you hear the track, or is that something that you already had in the stash, and then when you heard the music, you were like, "That's it, that's the one."
No, a lot of times, even my writing style now, I'll listen to a beat and come up with a concept.
Nice.
I had to learn to tap into me because sometimes I was just making records that I thought were just a good record to hear,
Right.
instead of
Right.
harmony. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a crazy ass story, and before I leave this earth, somebody got to hear it by any means necessary.
No doubt.
So now with my writing, I'm writing more so about where I come from, my background, and then overcoming some things, So that's the direction. But most times I play the beat, let me hear it, and then it's a feel. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever that feeling is, then it's okay. Let's put a concept to it. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how I write as of now. Yeah.
I think that's the best thing, man. I think if it's real, people don't feel it. I mean, that's why everybody embraced Mary J. Blige so much, because every time she was going through something, she put out a fire album, and people was, man, relating to that My Life album. You know what I mean? Just that one alone, everybody was locked in with Mary. We almost want her to be going through a bad relationship so we can get another good album.
Hey, that's what they say about Keisha Cole too, man. She tap into them feelings, and that's it. Yeah.
So what you say is true. When harmony taps into those feelings, and what's really harmony comes out, that's what
so
the people are going to feel it
now. Yeah, because even those records, that's not harmony revamp right now. Wait till you hear it, because now I can really be more open about. I'm more comfortable. You know, in the community, they teach you about keeping your business to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't put your business out there in these streets
For
and
sure.
all that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's kind of toxic in a lot of different ways because you don't get a chance to heal the way you should heal. Sometimes you have to talk about it. Somebody might be going through something you going through, and they might resonate with you because you told your story and they was afraid to talk about it. You know, so talk about that shit, man.
Right.
So that's where that's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
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 So
I
how
feel that.
during be the city being locked down during COVID, being in New York, I know had to be a little crazy. How did that affect your ability to make music, or did you find that time that you had to be locked in and not able to move around to work on some things?
Well, quarantine, of course, for everyone, put everybody in a certain space, of course, because I had a little anxiety. I couldn't even come out. Like, I was just like, oh no, y'all trying to take me the fuck out. I'm not going to be able to do it. So I'm going to sit in here and figure out what would be best when we get back to normal in some way. So I was able to, like I said, get a revamp going because I thought about all the music I made, and I thought about what was the response from it. Am I being true to myself? When you home, you got time to sit and think. You know what I'm saying? You got time to try to figure out what your next move should be. And I hope people use that time wisely. By the way, I'm gonna talk about that later. But I had to realize that life is very short, and because it's proven right in our face every single day, especially during that time, I'm like, get it out there now. Stop playing. So that's all 2021. Harmony, stop playing. So I'm not playing with nobody. Whatever I want to put out, whatever I want to talk about, is coming out. That's it. And however I want to do it is how it's going to be done. Honestly.
Yeah.
Did you find it easier to write during that time, like when you was home a lot?
No, it wasn't easy to write because I was distracted by what was happening in the world. I lost a few people. True. I had gotten a little sick, even though they told me it wasn't what it was, but I was sick, so I was afraid of losing my own life. At the end of the day, I didn't have a thought about writing. But once things started to kind of chill out a bit and people started to come back outside and people started to move again, the world started to move again. I was like, okay, breathe a little bit. Come, try, get out there. You know what I'm saying? So even now I'm still a little like, why everybody's still out turning up? I'm like, I don't want to come outside yet. I don't know.
How was your stage presence? You mean I just heard you talk about a little anxiety. You don't have like stage fright thing, do you?
Well, when I was younger, when I first started singing, I had a fear of the stage.
Right.
Now it's just okay. Let's get back to performing.
Right.
So I got some COVID weight. Mind your business, whoever's watching. I got some COVID weight, but I'm revamped, even getting back into handling what I need to handle to get even my dancers back together and starting to put together a full show. Because while it's nice to get up there in front of a stage and sing in front of folks, now I want to give you an experience. So my objective now is putting together things that look appropriate for whatever record I'm doing. So I'm not worried about performing in front of nobody.
There you go.
Not a soul.
There you go then.
Not a soul. It's just I want to make sure that that I put the hard work in, so I don't mess up in front of people. That's just about it.
Oh yeah. Oh God,
yeah.
Represent Harlem.
So let's get into this joint real quick, right? And then we're gonna talk. We definitely gonna talk about it after. All right.
Are you ready to get into the record? Right?
Oh yeah, it's time.
Crazy.
It's time.
I'm on the phone with y'all, right? Nobody could be texting me when I'm sitting here, right? But the minute I'm busy, everybody want to call my phone. What's wrong with people? Okay, crazy.
So we gonna get into this throat go. So since this is the most recent latest release, I want you to introduce it and let them know who you are again.
Okay, guys, it's your girl Harmony, the Harlem Songbird. This is my new record called Throat Goat. Go stream it on Spotify, Harmony Throat Goat. And yeah. Shout out to all the goats. I just want to say that real quick though, because we out here saving lives every single day.
Salute to you all.
I'll talk about your experiences later. Look.
Yeah. Look. Look. He fucking with a real bitch. Not for play, baby, yeah, real bitch. Hit him with that God head twist. Deep throat guard, yeah, that real shit. Put my head down, let me feel that throat. Don't be shy, baby, I got a deep throat. Baddest chick with the shit you don't know. Scream my name out, let these bitches know. I'm a throat goat, 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 I'm a throat goat. Do all the things that she won't do. Yeah, that sloppy top it like it's brand new. Put it in my face, baby, bust it down. I like the moan on it like it's all mine. Keep it on the low, no I won't tell. Send that cash out, baby, it's the mail. I'm the type of bitch that you keep around. Hush up, baby, now get around. I'm a throat goat, 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 I'm a throat goat. I got face and body, lips and soft and tight. Show you how I do when I do to that lollipop taste. Get naughty, sloppy and exotic. My tech game so improved, got these dudes wanna ride it. I got face, body, lips as soft as cotton. Show you how I do when I do to that lollipop taste. Get naughty, sloppy and exotic. My neck game so improved, got these dudes wanna ride it. I'm a throat goat, 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 I'm a throat goat.
Yeah, and we back.
Man, all I
You got
gotta say is I can't. I know I'm in the basement. All I got to say about that one is I can't wait for the video for this one.
Hold on. Hold on. I mean, we kind of went a little crew. All right, let me tell you what happened was. Okay,
Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened.
so because the record is so out of control,
Mhm.
some label folks is like, listen, take it easy, don't go don't go literal.
Yeah,
As
you gotta make the video. You gotta make the
kind
video
of
about. You gotta make a video about chokers and necklaces and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So then take it a different direction. So they don't. You still the throat goat.
yeah, it's I'm still listen. And that's not self-proclaimed.
Come with a fly ass turtleneck on it, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
He's out of control.
Hey,
Oh, Sean.
yeah, they be like, man, they be like, yo, Harmony got next level, dog. Ain't she ready for the win?
Why is he like this? Prophet, get him right now. I'm not even doing it. How did you
No,
Prophet do
no,
to him today?
we appreciate that though, man. Definitely, I'm sure. I see. I mean, I hope he get another 33,000, man. Straight up.
Hey, that's the
It's
you know,
moving,
that's
and
the
no, and after that, it's a good track. I was feeling you on that. Like I said, it shows your versatility.
yeah.
In these songs like that.
Yeah, oh man. I honestly was afraid of rap a little bit because everybody, that rap is very judgmental. Okay, listen, you
everybody doing it
out here. You listen, y'all not finna play, but I mean, I have like a real aggressive side, you know what I'm saying? So I just I probably could say anything behind that mic and talk my shit, how I'm gonna talk my shit, like the best of them.
Right.
But I wouldn't say that, I was just this lyricist for years and I was out here, spitting these bars, the way the world is, because singing is my realm, that's what I do, So, but this record was really like a lot of fun, but I don't know what the fuck came over me. It was just like that beat came on and I was like, what happened? We out here.
Somebody pulled out a little Patron.
Listen, my manager was like, where did that come from? I was like,
I especially like them ad libs on there. Listen back to the track, the ad libs is like,
that happens in real life, when you don't, those ad libs come too.
Oh man!
Listen,
no.
So that record is I don't know. That's my baby right now. I appreciate people, man. But honestly, I honestly wrote the record too on some female sexual freedom, right? Because it is shunned upon for a woman talk about sucking, giving fellatio. I don't know if what I can say here or whatever, so it's frowned upon. And because the world is ever changing, I'm like, listen, when you good at something, stand 10 toes down in that shit, man. Like, if you feel you can go, be the goat. Like, I was watching a couple videos of some goats out here. I'm like, oh, these educational videos are real nice. He's like, oh, how'd you put that balloon all the way?
Little research video.
And not everybody can do it.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I was gonna say here at the spot we do not frown upon fellatio.
That's what I'm saying.
We are all for it.
Anywhere, but I had a little bit of hate mail so far. I was like, "Mama, I made it."
That's it.
They hate me now.
That's it. When you get that hate,
God was like,
you're doing it right.
Music. This is what music come to. I'm like, bro, you need to get more fellatio. That's your problem now. You in my motherfucking comments, and you should be getting some fellatio right now.
That's when you know you're doing something right. When you get that hate mail, you should be getting some more.
Oh man, I know it's coming. I look forward to it. I've had it in the past, so
you're on the right path. That's when you know you're on the right path. That's it. That's what they say.
Which is
sad. And to talk a little bit about the fact that coming from an era where women speaking about just doing that, it's like, no, I don't do that. That's something that it's crazy because we all know that's not the reality of things. Just not speaking about it is a whole nother suppressing, type of action. And being open with it, I say, hey, look, if you're gonna do it, be the best at what you do.
At what you do, and that's for any and everybody. For the ones behind closed doors, that's secretly the GOAT. For ones that's out here, that's outright talking about they the GOAT. For the ones that's out here showing Pookie and Dim how much of a GOAT you are, do it. At the end of the day, like I said, shout out to all the GOATs because we save lives all the time. We are the ones. This is where the bar is set. We the ones setting bars. You know what I'm saying? So
there's wars.
Hallelujah.
There's wars that get stopped because of individuals like yourself.
Yeah. Because of the GOATs.
Yeah.
Hey, there's some wars that got started over some GOATs too. You feel me?
Hey, it's a gift and a curse, man. I don't know what to
That's
say.
right. It's a gift and a curse. A gift and a curse. My goodness.
So
can mess up a happy home. A happy home, I tell you.
It wasn't that happy, I promise.
So when can we look forward to the video release? I know me and you spoke about it, off air, but for the people, when can we look for that?
I want to tell you guys, give me a couple weeks. Let me say this though, because I like to keep it real for artists. Okay, there's technical difficulties that happen behind the scenes all the time, and I'm not afraid to talk to you guys about that. My edit or my video must be perfect. Or close enough to it for whatever. And check it out, or homeworldmusic.com. We'll have some updates there as well. But yeah, 2.5 weeks, brother. I know we talked about it behind the scenes, but man, there's so much to tell you. Like,
The world is in suspense. There it is, man.
Yo, but we definitely, as soon as it's out, we definitely gonna play it for the people here, and we gonna make sure that we spread the love.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate you guys even having me today. Any and everybody that's talking to Harmony, I definitely appreciate you because you guys bring awareness for artists like me. You know what I'm saying? Or up and coming artists. People need to see us. And in order for them to see us, it's guys like you. So thank you. Thank you.
And
we appreciate your respect of the craft and you.
Nah, I respect every.
I
respect what it is. Like
correctly and accepting nothing less than perfection. We salute you for that.
Yeah, thank you so much. I do appreciate every nook and cranny of what the business is bringing for me, even the good and the bad.
Yeah.
My lesson.
And this interview has been, I think, over a year plus in the making, because I think we spoke about it one night over a year and some change ago.
Probably a long time ago. Look at the world.
But the world is crazy. Just gonna say that.
Man, listen. But everything happens when it's time to happen, right? That's what they say, right? And
absolutely correct.
This is one of the many interviews we'll have, maybe.
Let
it be a great first,
Yeah.
So hey, last year she wasn't the throat goat. We had to make sure she had to get the title first, and they come in and what I'm saying. Let us know. You know what I mean?
There, boy. I see what you did there, boy. That was good, there, boy. That was good.
Damn. So tell for Harmony, please tell the people, give me your social and all that so they can find you. You know what I mean? We know the music is on Spotify, but give the people your social information so they can find you.
You said give the people my social media handles?
Yes.
Okay, guys, it's your girl Harmony at Only Harmony on Instagram. So ONLYHARMONY on Instagram and on Twitter, on Spotify as well. So make sure you go check the record out, Throat Goat. The record is on Deezer. You can Shazam it. The only place it's not right now is Apple. Apple kind of changed their terms, and anyway, we'll talk about that later. But the record is out for you guys to find it. Just type in Harmony Throat Goat. It'll come up. It's on TikTok. So hey, make those videos. The fuck, like make the video. Yeah, twerk your ass to this shit. But shout out to everybody supporting it thus far. homeworldmusic.com is the website. So you'll see all the updates, up and coming shows, tours that are going to happen. Interviews like this. And that's about it, man.
There it is.
Yeah. So we thank you for blessing us with your music.
Thank you.
And your personality. And, what everybody's saying here today, she is really a down-to-earth individual. This is not a game. She's not, playing for the cameras. She's a real cool person. So support cool people. Support people that just keep it real all the time.
It's deep in rap. It's deep in rap.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very
life
broad.
that.
Very broad.
Listen,
yes.
We're gonna talk behind the scenes. I need to understand with this mask and how it. Okay, because I like when I come outside sometimes in the dark. I want to be out here like anyway. Lashes and skulls.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yes.
We'll build on it.
So thank you very much, and have a great evening. And we definitely going to chop it up soon. And I'm still waiting on that information. So whenever you get a chance.
All right, inbox me, please.
I got you.
All right.
All right.
Have a great night. Thank you.
Harmony, Harlem, stand up.
Harlem, stand up. The Throat Goat.
Go.
Yo. Yeah,
I think that
man.
might be the first throat goat we've had on the show.
The first one, that actually wrote a song about it. You know,
Yeah, right
like
there. Here we go.
we've
Man,
had we've had vaginas that was so thick, look like a tuck dick,
like a tuck dick.
right? It's, so I
Hey, it's only right. And now we've elevated to the throat goat status. Yeah, I agree.
don't
I
go
agree.
status. No,
Throat goat status. Hey,
I,
it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing.
yo, for real, it's freaking great, man. And I just appreciate good music. I appreciate people that express themselves
Yes.
in their music and not try
Yes.
to, basically just let
Not try
loose.
to force it. Yeah, not try to force it.
Not try to force it. Because I don't think something like that could have been forced. You could.
Nah, then they were pulling something else. Oh man. Yeah, man.
Oh man,
It's
oh man.
gotta be organic for real, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Harmony, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody up there doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be on the lookout for that for sure. Make sure she gets some more views on that. Um, yeah, man. Hey, I got no complaints, man. The music was definitely on point. The singing, she could sing, man. She definitely got a good voice. And her raps are not trash. You know, I'm not mad at it, man. Salute.
Yeah, definitely, man. And just like with anything, she's been put in front of the right people and doing the right things, and she's focused. And I know that she has a story, and you know, just being from where we're from to get to certain levels and present yourself in certain ways and understand how to conduct yourself, I know is difficult because there's a lot of things that we're not taught in the areas we come from.
That's right. That's right.
So hats off to her, and you already know it's about that time to get up out of here. So
Yes,
you're
sir, man.
so
Tell
you
them what you got. What you know, saying?
Yeah, so I was just going to tell him, yo, you already know. Make sure you follow your boy at Prophet_radio_NY, man. You can find me there all the time. I stay on there. I just don't respond to a lot of messages. So stop DMing me nonsense. Thank you very much. And make sure if you go and DM me, it's your girl's number. I don't want to talk to you. All right?
Yeah.
Because Throat Goats is in the building
Mm,
2021. They coming
mm,
through.
mm.
Right,
Hard,
bring me
hard.
back to that R. Kelly joint, make your legs shake. That's the type of throat goat, the type of experiences I need. Thank you very much.
21. You already know. It's your boy, Sean Recognize. You can find me on the gram. DJ Sean Recognize. DJ SHAWNRECOGNIZE. You also catch me on Twitter. And I know every week I keep saying I'm going to get on my Twitter. But your boy has eliminated a piece from the schedule that's going to open up a whole lot of time so that now I can focus on those things that are important to me. And one of those being communicating with you guys on my Twitter. So you can also follow me on Twitter, DJ Sean Rec, DJ SHAWNREC. But remember, only my friends call me Rec, so you got to recognize.
Yeah, and we out of here, y'all.
Salute. See y'all next week.
Boy, all right, here we go.